This is how 2025 has really gone down running my business. Welcome to No Rest for the Vivid Business podcast. My name is Claire Hill. I am a business coach and I am a host of the podcast, Queen of Unstoppable Self-Belief. That's it. You're going to have to excuse me because I'm recording this with a really steaming cold. I was supposed to record and batch record because I'm all in my batch era, and I was supposed to do that last week, but then my son Jackson started puking everywhere, so I couldn't, and then now I'm ill, and it's that season. But all hail the Audi Max Flu Strength, whatever this one. Get some in your cupboard next time you're in Audi. And just get my moaning out of the way. I've also got a cold sore coming because that's how I roll. So if I have to pause to blow my nose, I'm sure Hannah will edit them out. So I really wanted to create a podcast episode that sort of summed up my year. I love listening to these kinds of podcasts because I feel like it gives me some confidence and some reassurance that running a business is tough, and so am I. And I get to share the lessons that I've learned this year, as well as, some of my plans for 2026. But if you have been listening for a while, you know that I do most of my business planning at the beginning of September. So this is sort of like just a fresh thing. I'm really into numbers and angel numbers and now I can't say it because I've got a snotty nose. Numerology. So I'm in that zone at the moment where I recognise that I think, and I'm very new to the numerology. I can't say it. I'm new to that bit, that we are finishing in a 9 year, and we're going into a 1, which means fresh starts. Also, it's my birthday very soon. And if you were listening last year when I turned 40, it was it was a big deal because my dad had died just before he was 40, and living past his age was a bit weird and stuff. But this year, I've got no plans for my birthday, and I'm so excited. I've got no plans. I might have a curry. It's, I love a curry. But yeah, I've got no plans. But I also turned 41, which, if you're watching, I've got 1141 on my wrist as a tattoo because it's the time that my son was born, and 41 is my angel number. So I really feel like this year has had so many shifts, and I'm now entering this phase where it's like the dawn, the real, even though I've been going for a while, so I think that I'm going into my 11th year of running a business. So let's just work this out. So 7 years, 11th. So I'm 11 years of running businesses, and I just feel like it just feels really good. So I thought I would just do this episode just to sum it up, share the lessons, share what's been happening. And I'm also going to, we're going to have a break with the podcast over the new year and then come back on the 5th of January. So don't be surprised if you don't see any podcasts over Christmas. Me and Hannah are finishing quite early for Christmas, and we're having a proper break. Good 2.5 weeks off. So that's why there's no podcasts. All right. So should you. Don't be listening to business podcasts when it's Christmas. But so I'm doing a juicy one for you. So it might go on a bit. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I just wanted to just share the year. So I better get on with it, hadn't I? So 2025 was the year of networking for me. I set myself a goal of going to at least one networking event every single month. No, sorry, every single week. And for some months, I was really smashing that. Or some weeks, I was going to 2 or 3 every week. And it's actually been really, really fantastic. So if I go back to January, I started co-hosting a networking event with the Historic Dockyard, which is in Chatham. I actually am hosting my last event this week, the week that you're listening to this, because I've really decided to like, it's not, oh, that was the buzzer. And then Amazon people come and they just buzz the door. I haven't ordered anything. Stop it. Um, so my first networking event I went to in the year was the Rookie CEO, where I met the amazing Hev, and who then became a client, and she's currently in my Embody Mastermind, and we've spoken at each other's events. That was great. And it is brilliant. Like Rookie CEO, if you're local, it's a fantastic event. Really, really good. Last Monday of every month. And then I started working on at the time it was called Coffee, Cake and Connections. And then it's now called the Dockyard Business Club. And I've made the decision to step away from hosting that event because it takes up quite a lot of my time each month. And though it has been fantastic at, extending my network and meeting some amazing people, I really, really want to put some more effort into writing my book and creating courses and this podcast. And, we've just got, as you grow and you scale, you've got to make sure that you are investing your energy in the right places. But January was where all of that networking started. So January, February, March, and probably April, that's what I was really focused on: attending events, in-person things, and networking. In the February, I hosted the Vivid Business Club's 3rd birthday, which was amazing. Again, and it was really freeing because I didn't actually deliver the whole day. We finished at, I think, 2:00, and I bought loads of Prosecco and was trying to get everybody a little bit tipsy. So that was fun. But I think it was a real beautiful milestone to get to, because it was sort of like, I've hosted this beautiful community, and it's coming up for 4 years now, where the most amazing people are. And I'm just so grateful for that space, just so grateful for everybody in it. So if you're listening and you're in there, I adore you. I'm going to do a lot of at the moment because I'm thinking, but in May, I went to one event, and what I really learned about that event, and it was actually one of the speakers at the event, was how some spaces, when you are networking or you're going to in-person things, they just cannot hold you. I think, it was in May, but I think I'd been to an event before that I really I remember walking in and just getting the ick. And it wasn't like anything was bad. Nothing was wrong with the event, and the people there were amazing. It was just, I felt like the energy didn't lift me. It sort of made me feel small. And so then I went to this other event, and I felt the same way when I walked in. And I've got this test. I don't know if you do this as well. When I go to new in-person events and I'm going completely on my own, which I am very happy to do, I attend and I sort of orbit the crowd for a little while to see if anybody comes up to me to check in and see if I'm okay. So when I went to that event, I sort of was orbiting, and nobody really came up to me nobody came up to me apart from the host to check in on me. And I thought, if I had an event and people were coming to it and people were standing on their own, would my audience allow them to stand on their own? No. And as soon as that happens, it makes me feel like I don't belong there. And it's not because I don't belong. It's because my energy and my dreams, and the energy my dreams hold, take up quite a lot of space. And some rooms just don't have the space for me. So it's not that I don't belong there. I suppose it's not that I'm inadequate to be there. It's just that they can't hold the space that I take up. And that was such a massive lesson for me, that when I'm walking in, it's not that, like, I think you feel that dread. If you felt like this before and you've gone to an event, tell me, like, message me and let me know that this resonates. But I've gone to events and I'm like, oh, nobody wants to speak to me. That must mean that nobody likes me. No one's going to want me here. Why am I here? But it's got nothing to do with that. It's just the energy, just the space can't take. There's not got enough space for my energy. That was a really, really important lesson to learn. And then in June, so between March and June, I'd had this idea for a mastermind called Embody. And in June, I was feeling a little bit, which I was feeling literally up until the end of last week, I think, feeling a bit stretchy, a little bit like itchy, not lost. Lost is a too extreme word, but a little bit like I've got the wrong, I've got the wrong knickers on. I've got the wrong size knickers on and I don't feel very comfy. But also not when you don't you're not wearing the right size knickers. I'm just thinking of all the blokes that are listening. Right size pants, you know what I'm talking about. When you haven't got them on, you haven't got the right size on, it prevents you from showing up as much because you don't have the same confidence or, like energy in showing up. And I was really feeling it in June. I remember really thinking, look, I've got this mastermind idea. I know it's a really, really amazing idea. I really want to sell it. And my energy is just not where it could be in order to sell it effectively. And one of my standards is that I do not sell anything that I'm not excited about. So I was like, but I know it's a really, really good idea. And this is the thing when you're a business owner, you might have the most amazing ideas that you want to buy yourself, but actually the energy at that point in your life, in your business, is just not where it could be in order to sell it effectively and actually deliver what you're promising. So I had decided to I think I tested the water and I shelved it. And I was like craving growth. I was craving a next level. I was craving something that would jolt me into expanding. There was nothing wrong with the business at the time. Like I was making, I'm always making money, but there was just something like, ugh. And if you've been listening for a while, like my energy is banging. Like that's what everyone says to me. Your energy is so good. It's so contagious. It's so enthusiastic. And I'm like, I know. And I feel it and I sort of get a little bit addicted to it. I was talking to a client yesterday when we did a VIP day about how I know that my brain is wired for more dopamine all the time. Like I get so addicted to the hyperness of my energy that I will seek it out and create it for myself because I know that it powers everything and it doesn't actually exhaust me because everything I'm doing, what energy I put in, I get a lot more out, apart from a few things which I'll talk about. So I was just very aware of like energetic profit. I've not like what I'm doing. I love what I do. I love my clients. I love everything, but something's not feeling right. I'm ready. I'm like butting my head up against this next level and I need something quick to like catch up bottle at the other end. And I thought I needed a coach at that time. And I've got a mentor. He's amazing. Absolutely adore him. But I felt like I needed a female coach. And I reached out to somebody. And then my instinct was just like, nah, it's not the right time. So then I came to see a client, Hev, who I've just spoken about. And she had moved into an office. And I walked into this room that was vacant. The room that I am currently in, and I just did a spin and I was like, I need to have this room. And the feeling of like absolute yes, like my whole body was like, yes. And then I was like, and I need to pay for it. Like I've no need for an office. I've got one at home. You've all seen it. I don't need an office, but I want one. And I really practice what I preach when we are looking for things we want. How does having that office elevate me and my business? What does it bring to my life? What does it bring to my business? What does it bring to my clients? I'm making it happen. And so I did. Now that was the end of June. I moved in the end of June. I moved in really, really quick. And then on the 5th of July, I hurt my calf. It feels like an eternity ago now. I just think, I forgot to say, this used to be my husband's bedroom, this room that I'm currently got my office in. That's a story for another day. But I'd hurt my calf really severely, couldn't walk without crutches, was in so much pain. I'm so grateful that I got the office because there's a door just outside of my office and outside of my office door, and my husband was dropping me at that door and I was walking in with my crutches. The toilet is just literally there. So I was just like all on one level, and it was just so good to keep my mind like okay, because I just do everything and then you're just suddenly like you can't do anything. And after 2 weeks of me being miserable and moody about it, I sort of suddenly thought, I need to change this up. Like, I have been served this to learn something, and it was learning about receiving. It was a learning about how to ask for help, receive help. And that is all to do with money. So much of what we do in our business is to do with money. Actually, everything to do with money mindset impacts your business. Like every part of how you feel about money impacts how you show up and how much money you make in your business. And I needed that, and it was so crucial to my growth this year that the business exploded after that. I was getting opportunities, ideas, clients, like just, I just think about August. I had this really big thing about like my only focus is getting my leg better. I went on a smoothie health kick. Oh, it wasn't a diet. I just added these two really vegetable and they had fruit in them, but they were very vegetable dense smoothies. And I just focused on physio and just getting my leg right. And then it got better. And then September hit. And I remember in August was just such an amazing month for the business, and I hardly worked. And I just thought, how empowering is that? And I had this big goal for August. And I think I have spoken about it on here in another episode. I had this massive, massive, massive goal. And I thought, what if I just sit in the energy? Like, if I want to eat something particular for dinner, I find a recipe, I get the ingredients, and I make it happen. Why is it different in my business? It isn't, and it shouldn't. So I'm going to do it. And so August, I just stayed in this really high vibe, amazing energy that brought in so much brilliance. And it carried on until the end of October. Like, I have had the best year of business that I've ever had. I think getting this office was a big risk, and it has paid off, massively paid off. And also I bought a new car. Exactly. It's the same thing. Like, I was like, I want an electric car. I want to be able to buy it through the business. I'm going to make it happen. I want that car. I'm obsessed with Toyota, right? I know I can have other cars, but I'm obsessed with Toyota. When I love a brand, I love the brand. Like, everything has to be that. We've already got a Toyota, most reliable car ever. I know Toyotas aren't that sexy, but I love them. I love them. I just love what the brand stands for. Anyway, that's a podcast for another day. And I thought, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Toyota garage. I'm going to be like, this is the car I want. And I want it on this contract, and this is how much I want to pay. Make it happen. A guy was like, meh, we made it happen. And it was the only one of the cars left in the country. Okay. And I said to myself, if that car is black, it is mine. Of course it was black. So I've got Frank the Tank now. Frank the Tank, I love it. I love it. It's like riding the spaceship. It's the best car ever. It's a BZ4K, by the way. No, it's not. It's a BZ4X. If you know, you know. So I bought that. So it's like, I'm not going to sit in my business and feel stagnant. Like, if I'm going to decide what I want, I'm going to make it happen. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to how I make that happen is really interesting. I share about it in my Embody Mastermind, like all of the different layers of commitment I make to who I am, who I want to be, and my business, and how I apply that to daily life. It's not normal what I do. It's not normal about how I see life and how I see business. It's not your average kind of run of the mill mindset. I know that. Like, I've never met anybody with a mindset like me, and never met anybody with a mindset that can be as I suppose as powerful as it is, and see the world in the way I do. No, I've never, and this is why I do what I do, because you get to have parts of that. And we've been talking about it so much in Body Mastermind, as well as with my one-to-one clients, like having a space to share what I do on the daily is just so bloody epic, because then you see people doing it. So hold on, I'm just reversing it. We're going back to August. One day I'm sitting in the office and I was like, it is time. And I'm kidding, like, it is time. It's embodied time. And so I wrote a list of my wish list of people that I wanted in there. One person didn't say yes, and I'm really hoping I get to work with her more next year, because if there was a real life Elsa in the world, she is it. Like, hands down. And I think by me saying that, if you're listening, you know who I'm talking about. And if you think I'm talking about you, will you send me a message? Don't worry if you've got it wrong. I still want to know. Like, do you think you're Elsa? And what I mean by that is that, like, you have got superpowers beyond what you can really imagine, and you're not fully accepting that they are your superpowers because you're scared of what that success will bring you and what you have to let go of. Okay? You know who I'm talking to. So I sold it. Like, two of the people from that first initial wish list came in, and then I had some other people on the wish list, and I was like, maybe, but I'm going to do my event. I did Vivid Vibes event in September. The biggest event that I've done, like ticketed event, and like off my own back, like the Dockyard Business Club is now like up to 70, 80 people. It's crazy what I've done with that place. But yeah, the Vivid Vibes event, I just shared about Embody at the end, and I had 3 yeses within, I think it was half an hour. And I wanted to sell 6 spaces. And then I had one person that I really, really wanted I really wanted them in. But I thought, she's only just joined the Vivid Business Club. She's paid up front for a year. Or can I? I don't know. And I thought, do you know what? It's the, if you don't ask, you don't get. I'm going to tell her. Because I think if somebody says to me, and it feels authentic, I want to work with you so much because you are so frigging magic and I can see your potential. That's a pretty hard offer to say no to. Like, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to message her. And so I did. And she said yes. So by the time I got to actually talking about Embody, and I did a boost week where, like I do live events and stuff. By the time I'd got to that, I'd already sold it. And I was like, this is epic. So I launched that in October. And the best thing about Embody Mastermind is that we're going away for the weekend as a retreat. So there's a retreat in February. And then in October, I got a nomination for National Business Coach of the Year from a client who I used to work with. She's in the Vivid Business Club. And when she shared in the facts of how much money I'd help her make, like increase her revenue by 2,000%. We've just done a money challenge inside the Vivid Business Club, and her initial goal was £222, and she made nearly £5,000. Oh my God. she's on fire. But the reason I've just paused there is because she is the epitome of somebody that's like, I'm like, hold your nerve, hold your nerve, hold your nerve, keep going, be your best advert, keep going, and it's all paid off. So in the Embody Mastermind, of one client who, when they came in, the shit was really hitting the fan for her, really, really hitting the fan. And I was like, hold your nerve, because this is the dark before the dawn. I'm telling you, your business is evolving, you're evolving. This is what you need. It is the making of you. Just keep making sure you're working on your warrior energy and your regulation. And then November was like the best month she's had. It's like crazy. So I just, like, from October to now, it's just all been about the Embody Mastermind. And it's so amazing that I started that. The idea landed at the beginning of March. And now I've got this such a powerful mastermind, as well as finishing the supersonic course. It's just been a really amazing year for ideas that have landed with me, pushing myself out of my comfort zone and practicing what I preach, really. And then December has been so far a little bit stretchy for me. And it is very similar to how I was feeling in June. Like, my levels, I feel like I went up a level June, July, then I went up another level September, and now I'm going through another one. And part of me is a bit like, come on, slow down. I just want to just live and chill for a bit. But it doesn't work like that. And this is what I'm asking for. I'm asking for great success, even though I am already very successful. I'm watching my success happen. I want you to adopt that mantra as well. I know that, I've, you know, I know that I've really gone above and beyond with networking, with getting myself visible, with speaking gigs, with podcast interviews, with my content, with selling, with programs, and it's all about my journey as a coach and as a business owner myself, and being able to say, you know what, like, you talk about wanting these dreams, you talk about these goals, but are you actually backing yourself 100% to get there? Is there any part of you that knows you're not fully committed because you're not being consistent with the content? You're not backing yourself with your prices. You're not backing yourself with how you allow your thoughts to become, a big dip and a big spiral down. Like, where are your leaks? Where are your leaks that are making you block the amount of money coming into your business? And that thought in my head, and really adopting this Queen of Unstoppable Self-Belief title, and my standards, my Millionaire Claire standards that I've got, like, every single moment of every single day, I am fully in that. I'm fully embodying it. And there are times where I don't get to write because life happens and then I have to catch up, or I don't nip a doubt quick enough. But I'm talking like a couple of minutes. I've got to be the best advert, and I really believe that 2025 has been my opportunity to fully be my best advert. I'm the best advert for what I do. So 2026 is going to be very exciting. And though December has been so far full of illness and a little bit of me going, oh, I'm in the stretchy zone again, I'm going into another level, I've been having this idea, and it's been bubbling and simmering away, and it is literally landed about an hour, maybe 2 hours ago, where I'm like, I know what I'm doing next. Because what I really, really love is money. I love how money can make you feel. I love money. I love the relief that money can bring. I love the dreams that money can make. I love the people that you can help with money. I love how money is just one type of energy. It's just the same as joy. You know, no one goes, oh, what, you love joy? You love joy? You got too much joy in your hands? No. Exactly the same as money. There was something, I think it's in Jen Sincero's book, You Are a Badass at Making Money. And in that book, it says, like, no one berates anyone for saying, I love pizza. Why can't we love money? So I love money. And I really do think I'm going to step into my zone of genius as a business coach together with my unstoppable self-belief power and support maybe you to make more money in 2026. And I've got something coming so juicy. Now, by the time this podcast goes out, I might have already spoken about it on Instagram. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But this is going to be for you if you feel like you're just banging your head against the next level of income, next level of visibility, next level of anything, wherever you see your next level coming from, this is going to be for you. But we're going to make more money, loads more money for you. And I'm going to show you the way that I see money, I suppose, like, how I live money. Does that make sense? Like, how I really see the difference that money can have, but also how, with a microscope, it's like combing through your business with a fine-tooth comb to find where you are really blocking your money coming in. That's the key, because sometimes it's not doing anything different. It's how your identity is stopping that money coming in and how we can up-level it. So that is coming in January. So if you want to know first, just send me a message. There'll be no commitment to buy it, obviously, but if you want to know more, just let me know. Okay, anything else that I wanted to add? If you haven't already subscribed or followed wherever you're listening or watching, please do, because we appreciate it so much. If you would love to leave a review or rate the podcast, again, I'd love to hear from you. But I really would love to hear from you if you are in the boat that 2026 is going to be your year. And I know that everyone says that, but I didn't say that for 2025. But I can feel it. Like, 2026 is my year. I'm so excited. Okay, wherever you're listening, have an amazing Christmas, a wonderful New Year, and I'll be back on the 5th of January. Speak to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast, written, produced and hosted by Claire Hill, and music has been composed by my brother, Phil Vick.